Now, Darren Farwell of the Farwell Group joins us so we can learn more about investing for our future tax efficiently. Good morning, Darren.
Good morning, Marilyn. We're talking about how to enjoy each day, and I'm going to share a story today about, a couple who have found a way to make sure they were able to enjoy each day with their children. So, good morning, Marilyn. Look, over the years now, I made it pretty clear that the Farwell Group, we know that you want to feel secure about your finances. And with all that's going on in the world and our economy today, that's not at the moment very easy. I mean, we have COVID, which just doesn't seem to want to go away, a war in the Ukraine, shockingly high prices in the grocery store and at the gas pumps, higher inflation generally, now higher interest rates and mortgage costs, and to top it all off, recently a falling stock market. Yeah, that's a lot all at once. So it's not a surprise that people are feeling anxious and less sure of their finances. And it's precisely why Jack called me last week about how much he could afford to spend. Now, the fact is, Jack already had the answer. Because as with all of our clients, we worked with Jack to create a simple-to-understand, long-term written plan for him and his wife. It's called their roadmap to financial freedom, and that plan is specifically called your total wealth plan. It's an important part of that personal roadmap process. The problem is, for Jack and many others, when things get overwhelming and your monthly returns don't look as good as they used to, it just makes you feel anxious. You begin to wonder if all those numbers in your long-term plan still add up. Has the rough stock market since the start of 2022 caused your long-term plans to change? And do those inevitable periods of bumpy stock markets mean you have to spend less than you had actually planned? And importantly for Jack, does it mean you can't spend any more than the budgeted amount? You see, Jack and his wife Shelley had planned a long trip to Australia to visit their daughter and grandson there. And because they were going for much longer than they usually spent on vacation, it was going to cost a lot more. All added up, it was going to cost them $25,000 more than, well, their usual expense for a trip, the usual amount that was in their long-term total wealth plan that I mentioned earlier. And Jack was worried that with everything going on with the market and investments, maybe they couldn't afford it. Maybe they should cancel. It's a perfectly natural and normal reaction to the uncertainty out there. But we believe that you deserve to feel calm and secure about your finances. We understand what you're going through. We don't just care about your money. We care about you. We care about Jack and Shelley going to visit their daughter and grandson. That's what's really important to them. Now, given the COVID restrictions have loosened up, and Jack and Shelley have always been happy to come downtown to meet with me, we set up an in-person meeting at my office downtown. Hey, just meeting clients in person again was a happy moment, but the reassurance that I was able to give them was even better. As I discussed earlier, we have developed a process in conjunction with other experts which answers the questions: how much can you afford to spend to retire comfortably and stay retired comfortably for your whole life? When Jack and Shelley came in, we pulled out their total wealth plan and reviewed what they could afford. This number, your spending, is not subject to changing when the stock market goes up and down. In long-term planning, we know stock markets will go up and down. They always have and probably always will. We use conservative forecast returns that include the ups and downs over time. But good planning goes even further. Remember, Jack and Shelley were going to spend more than their normal spending. I showed Jack and Shelley where their plan also included a maximum spending amount for each year. That's the max they could spend every year until their age 95 life expectancy and be forecast to not run out of savings. even with the extra $25K they were planning on spending for the trip to see their daughter and grandson, the amount was less than their maximum spend. In other words, they were well within the goalposts of normal spending and maximum spending as outlined in their personal written long-term plan. And I could physically see the relief, the joy in their faces, which is one of the nice things about being there in person, when they heard that, and actually it sunk in. So get your own total wealth plan. We will send you the workbook so you can stop worrying about money and spending and instead feel secure and confident in your decisions.
So Darren, the roadmap is available to our listeners. All they have to do is call you. I have your number, 416-863-7501. You can calm your nerves and you'll know how much is comfortably spent each year, regardless of the ups and downs in the market. All you have to do is get a long-term written plan, your roadmap to your total wealth plan, and it can be guided by Darren Farwell and the Farwell Group. The number again, 416-863-7501 for your workbook and for information to calm your nerves. Thank you, Darren. I look forward to another happy story next week.
Thank you, Marilyn. All the best. Enjoy the spring weather.
You too. Now, Dr. Betty Rosendahl of Thornhill Naturopathic Clinic gives us her weekly health tip, and then we'll chat with hearing instrument specialist Edmund Ivazian of Hearing Aid Source Centers of Toronto and our matchmaker Linda Miller of Misty River Introductions, followed by a conversation with Dr. Vivian Brown. So lots more to come, all from a woman's perspective with me, Marilyn Weston, and your team here on Zoomer Radio.